This
Hi,
conference
it's
will now
Jordan
be
with
recorded.
Renville County Economic Development. Welcome to our monthly lunch and learn. Every month, a different topic, a different set of speakers, generally something business related. This month, we are talking about special family childcare. So we've got two speakers here today. We've got Chandra with Renville County Human Services and Stephanie with Renville County EDA talking about special family childcare. As some of you may know, we are looking at trying to open up some childcare pods in Renville and looking for folks who might be interested in becoming childcare providers. Details will be coming out as we finalize plans on that, but want to talk about what it takes to become a special family childcare provider. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Chandra and Stephanie.
Thank you, Jordan. I will start just by talking a little bit about what special family child care is. So it is a license that allows for an individual family child care provider to provide child care business in a location other than their own home. So kind of the concept that Jordan was just talking about. As we all know, there's a child care shortage in Renville County and the state of Minnesota. We had a child care needs assessment done by First Children's Finance in 2020, and that showed that we have 154 child care openings short of full capacity for the county. And that was before Little Lambs Learning Center in Danube closed last August, which added another 64 slots to the shortage. And if you dive a little bit deeper into the assessment, the city of Renville has 70 slots alone for a shortage. So the Renville County HRA EDA, the City of Renville, the RCW School District, and Renville Health Services, which is a nonprofit senior care facility, have been talking for a little over a year about how we could partner together to address the childcare shortage. And the concept that we've come up with is this special family childcare. So Renville Health Services owns a large campus. I'm going to show you a map here. And this building is called Meadows on Main. It's got 3 separate wings, and we are looking at leasing and potentially with the option to buy the west wing of this building. Right now, we are in conversation for a 1-year lease. This section of the building has 11 apartments, and 4 of the apartments would be able to be used for childcare through this special family childcare license. It's our understanding that the max under one roof is 4 for state licensing, but we are still navigating through that. So this area or this building would have 2 common areas indoors that would be able to be used for indoor play areas for the children. And then we would end up putting play equipment or playground outside too. So if this project comes together as we're hoping, we would be able to have 4 individually licensed family child care providers in the building, which could create up to 40 new child care slots in year 1, and a potential for an additional 8 slots in year 2 when people could expand their license. The HRA EDA did apply for a child care economic development grant through the state of Minnesota. We requested $345,000 to help get this project going, which would assist with purchasing the building and then outfitting all of the apartments with things that are required for licensing, such as cribs, tables, sleeping cots, high chairs, all of those types of things. I showed you the area of the map, but I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. This is a section of the building that we're looking at, where we have 4, 5, 6, and 7, where I've highlighted. Those are the 4 apartments that would be used for childcare. This community room area right here would be an indoor play area. And then this common area right here would be a second indoor play area. With licensings, even if we have the 4 providers in one building, they're not able to mix the kids. So we're going to have some more than one space for them to be. And then this section of the building right here and right here, the plan would be to use it for housing. The childcare area would get sectioned off from housing so that it is secure. And then I'm going to turn it over to Chandra just to give us a short overview of if you're interested in becoming a provider, how do you go about getting licensed?
Thank you, Stephanie. So if you were to be interested in this special family childcare, basically it's similar to the licensing requirements for a family child care program. So it's filling out an application or contacting me at Renville County Human Services to kind of discuss further, but filling out an application, making sure all of that is completed and signed. Typically there is a licensing fee, but they are waiving that fee through a grant, I believe, through 2025. So there's no fee for the application at this point. And then also completing a workers' compensation form. And then that starts the application. And from there, the licensing study gets completed with the provider. And we would need references from 3 different people for each applicant. The provider that's applying or each applicant that's on the license. Background studies would be completed for any license holders or helpers, substitutes, people that would be in the program. There's a fire marshal inspection that would be completed at Meadows on Main, the individual apartment. So each individual provider would have a fire marshal inspection completed. So then we go through with you as the provider all of the policies and procedures and training requirements and just the several different aspects that come into place with licensing. So one of the differences is there may be a primary provider of care that could be different than the special family childcare, but in this situation, it likely will be the same provider. So there's just a little bit more paperwork or forms, and we'll work with the state to help us through this process. But again, the licensing, the providers would have to be separate within the apartments with the community space and the community rooms available. They wouldn't be able to intermix the children during the licensing hours. So that's just one of those big things. And that's in any license, but it would just be a little bit different due to proximity. Am I missing anything that you guys can think of? But yeah, we would go through that process. It typically takes anywhere between 4 to 6 months to go through the licensing process. And that includes like getting the training, the required trainings completed, making sure that the background studies are completed and the requirements that are all completed prior to getting licensed. So it can take about 4 to 6 months.
Thank you, Chandra. So if you go to renville.com, you will come to the Housing and Economic Development website. And on the left-hand side, there's a Child Care Providers tab. If you click on there, everything that Chandra just talked about is in here. We've got contact information. This section talks about how to become a family child care provider. We've got information on how to become or to open a licensed child care center. There are free resources available to help you get your business started. First Children's Finance, our contact there is Desi. And then Child Care Wayfinder, our contact there is Tana. And they are both available to help you get started. They can help with business plans, cash, financial projections, all the things that you would need to navigate to get licensed. And then the Renville County HRA EDA does have a child care development forgivable loan program. So if you would open up a family child care or expand your capacity, you would be eligible for a forgivable loan of up to $7,500. And if you stay in business for 5 years, that would be forgiven 100%. And then we've got contact information on there for Jordan in the EDA office if you are interested in applying for that loan. And I think that's all I have unless anybody has questions.
This is Jordan. So what's the first step? Someone's interested in doing childcare at the Meadows property over in Renville. What's the first thing they do?
Well, I would say since we do not currently have the contract finalized, once we get that done, we will get a application and guidelines put together and have that on the website. So that would be the first step, filling out that application. And then next would be immediately talking to Chandra and Human Services to talk about the licensing process. So more to come on that.
And if someone wants to chat a little bit more about what this entails and maybe take a look at that site and those rooms available, how do they do that stuff?
They can just reach out directly to me. If you go to renville.com, we have our contact information on there. I'd be happy to give anybody a tour through the building and show the concept and hopefully get some people in there. And if anybody knows of anybody who's interested, please feel free to pass along our renville.com website where we have all the information.
And we are working on, like Stephanie said, kind of nailing things down and getting things put together. So it's still a little squishy at the moment, but our goal is not to have dollars be the barrier of starting your own childcare business. That we've got the rent will be at a reduced rate. We don't know what that'll be yet, but we know that'll be a bit of a sweetheart of a deal. We also have childcare capacity building forgivable loans and grants through our business innovation grant program that we can help. So I guess the goal is, if this is something you're interested, visit with Stephanie, visit with Chandra about what it takes to get the ball rolling. And yeah, again, we do not want dollars to stand in the way. If you're the right person, you need help with accounting or bookkeeping, we can get you connected. It's just, if you've got an interest, we've got the tools to help.
Absolutely.
I just wanted to add that it's a great opportunity for those providers that don't want to do childcare out of their homes, whether it's because of other family members in the home or they just want a separate space to run their business. It's a great opportunity for that. And also, being that we're applying for these grants, some of that shared community space and playground equipment will be provided in those spaces too. So that's another incentive with this program. So I just wanted to add that in too.
Thank you.
Awesome. Other questions from anyone? Any other questions? Again, if you've got questions that come up for those that are watching this at a later date on YouTube or online, Stephanie, what's the way to get a hold of someone?
Just go to our website, renville.com, and all of our contact information will be there. Otherwise, you can email eda@renvillecountymn.gov, and we will all get that.
Awesome. Last call for questions. All right, hearing none, we thank you, Stephanie. We thank you, Chandra, for all your good work on this project. And thanks to everybody for watching. We do our Renville County HRA EDA Lunch and Learn on a monthly basis, always the second Wednesday over the noon hour, always in a 100% online format, just because of the large geography of Renville County. So we do this online, different topic and a different speaker each month. If anything pops up, anything we can do, don't hesitate to find us at renville.com. Give us a call, zip us an email, but happy to do that. Again, thank you. Have a great day, and we'll see you next month.
Thank you.